Sales calls suck, and here's why. Listen, I know this post is going to ruffle some feathers, and I'm not here to poke fun or, call anybody out. But the fact is that the way that most people are trained on sales right now is not okay. A lot of the tactics that have been used in the past, right now, buyers are seeing literally right through it. And in this video, I'm going to share an example of a recent conversation I had with someone, and I'm just like, this salesperson is not listening, and then introduces manipulation tactics to try to win the deal. And at that stage, the deal is already gone, it's lost, it's not happening. So I hope this video shines clarity, because as a community of marketers and salespeople, we need to do better, and it all starts by listening to the people that are buying from us. So first, I wanted to start off by sharing the concept that in the beginning, or like at least everything that I have learned around sales from a lot of people, a lot of the sales trainers out there, they train on ethical manipulation. The thing is that manipulation is manipulation, period. Ethical or not, it is manipulation. You're manipulating someone into buying your product or service. And although they tell themselves that it's okay because it's ethical and it's in their best interest, it's not always in integrity. And I think it's a really fine line. So manipulation is manipulation, point blank, whether it's ethical or not. Who are we to say what's good for someone and not? We don't like, when we're dealing with our prospects, of course, especially if we're in like in a thought leadership coaching consulting position, of course we always want what's best for them. But sometimes we are not the ones to judge. They have to be the ones that come to that conclusion. And because of this, a lot of people end up feeling pressured or bullied into the sale, and then ends up becoming a very, very toxic situation, with the client actually, resenting you and then not doing the work. And then if they do, maybe they do the work, and then they try to like refund or charge back, and then they end up suing you, right? And that's why a lot of eight-figure coaches are being sued by the FTC right now for their sales tactics and how they misrepresented their clients' results, and then how they used very pushy and very like tons of pressure in the sales calls, making them feel like they had the solution in their hand and they were just selling hopes and dreams. So, however you want to like make yourself feel better at this, manipulation is manipulation. And I've had a lot of coaches and trainers on sales tell me that it's okay because we're doing it in their best interest, but it's not. In my opinion, I don't think it is, and I just don't resonate with that. So that's one of the number one reasons why I absolutely like don't like doing sales calls, because I just don't see myself pressuring someone into the sales, and I just don't see myself using all those little slimy tactics just to get the person to see things my way. I will show you tomorrow. I will show you how I do sales with integrity, but today I just wanted to drive attention to this really important thing, right? And if for anyone that doesn't know what manipulation means the act of manipulating something in a skillful manner, or the action of manipulating someone in a clever or unscrupulous ways. And a lot of the times, as marketing and as salespeople, this is what we've been taught. This is how we've been taught. We've been taught to use dark psychology. And just because this is what we've been taught doesn't necessarily mean that it works nowadays. Nowadays, if you go on TikTok, Gen Z sees right through that. Even if Gen Z is not your target audience, they see right through that. And it's like, it should be a moment of reflection of like, hey, maybe they are onto something. Maybe it's something that we could improve. And because of the pandemic and because of the way that the market is shifting, maybe it is something that we actually need to just do better, be more authentic, be more in integrity. Again, tomorrow I'm going to share with you how I've like thrown the playbook out on sales, how I've been doing like sales calls recently, and how the results that it has generated, just to show you like that this isn't the only way. You don't have to push people into a sell. Now, this is a conversation I had recently. A few months ago, I connected with this company that does TikTok ads. When I reached out to them, I said, hey, look, I don't want to waste your time. Right before we get on a call, I'm just letting you know I'm thinking about running TikTok ads or YouTube ads. I'm not sure, and I'm probably not going to do this till Q1 or Q2 of 2024. They're like, oh, no worries, let's get on a call. I got on the call. They did the pushy sales tactics. Like, why aren't you going to do it now? Right? Do it now. You should do it now. And I'm like, no, now is not the right time. I told you that I was just shopping around. I was not ready. So, and I pre-phrased it so that this person knew before I wasted their time, because I would not like to, it's just courtesy. I don't want to waste my time if I know that, I don't want to waste my time like that. And I know that if I just tell people like, hey, I don't want to waste your time, but it's something I'm thinking about doing, then, just being transparent. I know at the end of the day, most of these guys, they make their money from the commission. So, I was just trying to be respectful. Anyways, he reaches back out Hi Isabella, were you still open to exploring how blah 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 can help you successfully launch and scale your TikTok ads? I ignored it, didn't like think anything of it. A couple same day actually. Hey Isabella, this is blah blah from team. I just tried calling you regarding your TikTok accelerator program that showed interest a while back. I wanted to check. Have you found what you were looking for regarding advertising on TikTok? Or are you still looking? So sent a text, didn't answer, called, didn't answer, sent another text confirming that he called, right? Three touch points in one day. Whatever. It's fine. It's marketing. I get it. But then a month later, he followed up again. He's like, hey, Isabella, blah blah team checking in. Where did you leave off with the idea of using TikTok to grow your business? Did you give up on the idea or are you still working on it? And I just said, hey, I'm focused on LinkedIn and YouTube. Check back in with me 3 to 6 months, please. He's like, all right, sounds good. Actually, quick question: what type of CPA are you guys seeing on LinkedIn, YouTube, if you don't mind me asking? I said I'm not there yet, but I share those numbers once I have them. I have gone from 2K to 35K organic growth in 10 months. YouTube, I'm just starting organic. My audience is an audience that I'm testing right now, by the way. My audience is SaaS founders that have already generated $5 million or more. And I figured LinkedIn and YouTube was a better starting point than TikTok. But I know eventually I'll need to invest in TikTok. LinkedIn, I just started running ads, so I'll share numbers soon. Now, when I shared all of this, I was just giving him more context, right? My experience with TikTok, this is and this is subjective. I have worked in social media for forever, but what I have seen is that my content is better received on LinkedIn and on not even YouTube, on LinkedIn. When I go on YouTube, when I go on Instagram, when I go on TikTok, my content, all of a sudden I'm now tapping into pools of people that have no business background, so immediately I start getting a lot of hate comments. You're an idiot, this is a scam, this is a lie. And it's like, guys, this is basic marketing, this is basic business. Like, you guys are actually scamming yourselves thinking that this information is a scam. So that's why I stay out of those platforms. I realized when I went on LinkedIn, the community on LinkedIn is so supportive. The community on LinkedIn is smarter. The community on LinkedIn has buyers and decision makers, and it 100% has my target audience without having to test, right? So that's all of my mentality of why I'm making this decision, but also like to give you insight of like the mind of a buyer, right? In this thing, I just said here's the reason why I'm on LinkedIn and on YouTube, because the people on LinkedIn told me to get on YouTube. That's why, right? So I'm sharing more background, and that the sales tactics kick in, right? Hey, I just I just had this conversation with someone who was also looking into LinkedIn versus TikTok. Long story short, TikTok is the way to go because they've got 20-30% lower CPAs, over 1.4 billion monthly active users and growing. And this year alone, they'll surpass the total ad spend on YouTube. So your audience is 100% there. It's just about the right targeting. The thing is, at this point, I have said I'm not doing the ads. I'm doing organic. At this point, I have said pretty sure I said I'm not there yet, right? I'll share those numbers once I have them. And pretty sure I said I figured LinkedIn and YouTube was a better starting point. I know eventually I'll need to get on TikTok, but what this guy is not understanding is that me as a social media someone that knows social media, he's not understanding that I understand how it works. And if I go and launch TikTok right now, if I go launch TikTok ads right now, it means that I'm going to have to overwhelm myself with TikTok short form video. I'm going to have to overwhelm myself with the editing. I'm going to have to overwhelm myself with all the negative comments that are going to come from it. And I mean, it's fine. At the end of the day, haters are haters, right? But it just means that he's not understanding that, yes, although I understand I will need TikTok at one point, it's just not in my priority list right now, right? So again, hey Izzy, thoughts on my previous note? I was calling back because I see I missed call from you. I actually didn't call, so that's interesting. Then he goes, how are the CPAs coming along on LinkedIn? If you're open to considering how TikTok ads could be a better approach marketing channel to explore, then let's set up a quick call. I've already said no, like, a couple times. And now at this point, now I'm annoyed, right? I'm good for now. I'll touch base in 3 to 6 months. Again, something that I said in the beginning of this chain. And now, again, here is where I was just like, no, this salespeople need to do better, because now he's like, I'm a little confused. We spoke back in August, and you kept pushing this monthly down the line, and now you want to move it to August again. Is scaling not important to you? If not, no hard feelings, and we'll leave you be. We just want to know what to do. Otherwise, we're going to close your file and move on. That's fine. Close the file, because I've already at this stage I was just annoyed. I'm like, no need to manipulate. Of course scaling is important to anybody, but I've said multiple times I'm not ready to start TikTok, and I'll reach out when I'm ready. Like, I literally said no need to manipulate, because that's what they're doing. So, is scaling not important to you was such a trigger, because That's exactly what they do to people. They push you back on your goal, even though you have said multiple times this is not the thing for you right now. And I get it. At the end of the day, they're just trying to commit. They're just trying to get their commissions. I respect the hustle, all of that. But the problem is that you're not listening. And this is the problem that I see with most salespeople. They don't listen. They follow scripts, they don't listen, and then they go and push you the solution that they think is best for you because of their commission that they're getting. It's a biased ethical manipulation. And it's biased because there is a prize at the end. They are getting a commission. So at the end of the day, ethical manipulation is manipulation. At the end of the day, when they're pushing you onto something, it's not for your best interest, it's for the best interest of their commission so that they can get paid and they can go live their lives. And I've experienced this multiple times. I'm sure you guys have too. So again, I'm not making this video to like knock on salespeople or anything like that. It's really just to like raise awareness that, hey guys, buyers are smarter nowadays. You have to listen to your prospects. Manipulation is manipulation, no matter how you want to sugarcoat it. And we just have to do better. We have to do better. So, tomorrow I'm going to share with you how I'm actually doing sales nowadays and just strategies that I've been trying and testing just to like throw the playbook out and just be a real human when I'm going through these calls. And it's performing really well, and people are actually complimenting every time they get a call with me. So I'm going to share it with you guys tomorrow exactly how I'm closing sales, exactly how my conversion rates are higher than the industry standard, and exactly how I'm generating a lot of revenue just by having open and honest conversations and not pushing people into buying from me because their goals and then, is scaling not important to you? That's such a ridiculous question. Of course it's important, it's just not on TikTok, right? So anyways, just wanted to share this with you again, not trying to like bash anyone or knock anyone down. The way that most sales calls are done nowadays, unfortunately, they do suck and people see right through it. And this is why people ghost you. Look, I'm ghosting this guy. This is why people ghost you, because you're not listening and you're being pushy. If you just backed off and came back to me 3 to 6 months how I first asked the first time around, we wouldn't even have this video. But the fact is that most salespeople are being trained by the same guys, and all these guys are saying, do not get off the phone until they say yes. Do bother them until they say yes. If they're on your list, bother them till they answer back. And I understand follow up is in the fortune is in the follow up and stuff like that, but there are better ways, and we as an industry, we all have to do better. So, hope this helps. Again, not trying to bash anyone. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, or if you want to add on to this conversation, please let me know in the comments below. Especially from salespeople, I want to hear from you guys. How are you guys doing this? What are ways that you could actually take a look at what you're doing from a just pull off from your day to day really quick and just analyze what you're doing and see if there's any ways that you could do it better. If you really are in sales and if you're serving people for real, you shouldn't even have to be doing all these like sales tactics to kind of bully someone into thinking that they need your solution. Anyways, that's it. I'll get off my my soapbox. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.